Welcome back, everybody, to the Land of Tales. I am Danielle Doobie, your game master as per usual, and here are all of our fabulous players, our Cheese Boys. Cheese Boys, say hello to the audience.
Hello, audience.
Last time we were here, our fearless cheese boys made their way to none other than the big Vlad Wolf's castle in the middle of Harsha, a world of harsh lines and realistic looking people that these boys I ain't never run into before. As they got into Big Vlad's castle, Big Rad's younger brother, Vlad, as dramatic as he possibly can be, invited them all inside and then had to attend to urgent business. And so as he took off, we had two sneaky sneaks following him right on down in the form of Pinocchio and Ratman at the time, now Trad Cheddar, after having sneezed a bit. And Big Rad snuck off with Bob to investigate this castle and otherwise snoop upon Big Rad's brother. They found nothing and were instead captured by Big Vlad Wolf and his cohort of tiny frogmen, of one of whom's name is Frog. And Frog is a good dude. With some quick thinking on the part of Bob, because Big Rad was not captured, was instead hiding inside of Bob's genie vessel along with Tinkerbell. Bob got them out, and they were able to remove a purple gem from right behind Big Vlad Wolf's ear, revealing him to be none other than the big sad wolf who came here looking for the big Vlad wolf so that he could find the big bad wolf, only to be taken and taken over by this horrible mind control device. After saving the big sad wolf and having a fantastic movie night, our cheese boys were treated to a bag of cheese and also a mysterious bag full of magical items that were found amongst Big Vlad Wolf's things.
Woo!
And
what's in the bag? Show us the bag!
Do you see what I have to deal with? Do you see what I have
We
to
don't
deal with all
have
the
bag!
time? This is my life. These aren't even my students. These are just my friends. So, inside the bag, which I assume you all look at on your way towards the witch's castle, as these are what these provisions were for. So you all head off towards the witch's castle, and in this bag, you find a beautiful silver ring. You find a very, very thin piece of like opaque black cloth. You see this sort of like woven metal bracelet, and you also see this really intricately embroidered bag inside of there.
Fascinating.
And something during our prep time that none of you heard, people were wondering what these items were, and I'm not going to tell them. And they don't have the spell to figure that out.
So we know what they look like, we just don't know what they do.
Yes, Bob, how can I help you?
I would like to use Identify.
Do you have Identify?
Woo!
No! You almost made me use words I'm not supposed to use on this stream. Steve. I'm mad at Steve, not Bob. Just kidding. Steve and I are in a real fight now. So, okay. Here's what you find. I had ideas for who these people or for who these items went to, but feel free to ignore what I thought about that or claim things for your own. So you find in here the Ring of the Grammarian. And what the Ring of the Grammarian does is allow you to change one letter in a spell for a different outcome.
Whoa.
What?
One could change fear to bear. And then there... And then it is up to me/maybe you to explain what in the world that is. This is my favorite. I did not make this up. I wish that I did, but this is my favorite magical item to give people, even when I love making up my own. So that exists. The thin piece of black fabric is a portable hole. It creates a hole 6 feet deep. You can hide in it. Incredible.
So it's a grave, is what you're saying. It's a portable grave.
I guess that you could use
6
it
feet
that
under,
way.
maybe.
I
mean, it came from Vlad's house. I don't know.
With the identify spell, Bob, you would
That's
understand that you should not open this in extra dimensional spaces. This is a bad place to put a portable hole unless you want something crazy to happen. So there's that. The bracelet is a mysterious bracelet. You think that it has some sort of effects on it. The identify spell gives you that it does have a variety of effects, but you will not know which thing does what. But whoever is wearing it, when they make a melee attack, not a spell attack, but a melee attack, they are able to roll a d12 and some sort of crazy effect will happen. They are all fun, I promise. And that intricately woven bag is a bag of tricks. You can summon up some cool little animal buds. In my head, that was for Bob, and Bob could only pull out sheep. But I'm willing... I'm willing to be very flexible on this. So these are those 4 items. You got the Ring of the Grammarian, a portable hole, what I'm calling a roulette bracelet, and a bag of tricks.
Yes.
I like to imagine that it's only sheep, but it's all different, like, breeds of sheep, and we fall down a, like, sheep taxonomy hole. This just becomes an educational show about sheep.
I do think that in a traditional bag of tricks, you can pull out, like a bear. So you can pull out a sheep the size of a bear with bear stats.
Oh, fun. No matter what it is, we'll use the stats of whatever it is, but it'll always be a sheep.
But again, that was just my goofy idea. I'm not attached to any of these things.
What were you thinking for the other ones?
In my head, the Ring of the Grammarian went to Pinocchio. The portable hole went to Ratman, mostly because I thought that would be the funniest thing to do. And
because he's 7 feet tall, and so just I
forgot that he's that tall. And the roulette bracelet was for Big Rad. But they are super interchangeable, and also Big Rad running around with a portable hole would be just as funny.
Also, Brad got unnecessarily excited about the possibility of pulling out a giant wheel of cheese from the bag of tricks.
You cannot pull out a bag of cheese. It's not a bag of useful things.
Wheel of cheese?
It's only
giant wheel of cheese.
It's only creatures that you can pull out of the bag.
Well, it's like a limiting rule, but here we
But
are.
is it though? Because cheese is just made up of a bunch of little bacteria, so...
Do you all want to argue with me what we can pull out of this bag, or do you want to pick an item?
I have a question for the Ring of the Grammarian. Is it like the name of the spell that it changes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And you can't insert letters or take letters out. You have to switch a letter.
You have to switch a letter.
Okay.
Can someone who doesn't spellcast use that?
No, because you wouldn't be able to be. You wouldn't be changing.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I just wanted to be sure that it wasn't like... Because me as a human being, I want that so bad. I don't think it would be helpful at all for Rad.
I will allow, because I have allowed it in my past campaigns, that you can use Ring of the Grammarian and, like, work with somebody. If you are real... If you're willing to give up, I believe I would say a bonus action, I would let you, like, basically give the ring to somebody else to mess around with one of their spells if you wanted to.
I'm just watching Frankie look at all of his spells and put them on the different letter options.
It is one of my favorite things in the world. But so dumb. But more magical items to come, and because they're my favorite things to make up. Anyone want to fight for a certain situation?
Fight.
I do have some questions.
Hit me.
So with the magical hole, if one was, say, just as an example, the size of a rat, could one take in one's friends into this 6-foot hole? Is it 6 feet deep by 6 feet wide? Is it a square? Is it an oval?
It's a hole. So it is a circle. I can send you the exact situation for a portable hole. If you would like to read through, because it is quite long and quite stupid. But
God.
It is one of my all-time favorite situations, because I feel like you can really do a lot with portable hole. But that's just me.
I have a question about the portable hole. What happens if you use it on a surface that's less than 6 feet deep?
It's extra dimensional space, so it'll just kind of...
Gotcha.
It's like a Mary Poppins situation.
You can't use it to go through a thin wall or something like that.
No, you have to climb out the same way you climbed in.
Okay. Gotcha. So it's mostly for hiding.
Yes. There's also a rock inside of there.
In the hole?
Mm-hmm.
A rock?
Mm-hmm. The identify spell will tell you that this is a gravity rock.
Huh. Okay.
What else does it tell us about the gravity rock?
If you hold it in front of you and let it go, it will tell you whether or not gravity is working.
Very useful rock.
Super, super useful. Magical item.
You see what we have to put up with, everybody? Ruby's out there complaining about us, and she's giving us rocks.
I will have you know, one of my last campaigns, all of my students were fighting for that rock.
Now see, okay, so we are slightly different than your students. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Okay, we use the rock as a stool. Could one perch upon the rock?
How big is the rock?
It's this big.
It's a pebble.
It's a rock.
Composition. Made of what?
Does anyone have any more questions about these magical items?
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions about this rock still.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I do, but I'll keep them to myself.
Is it metamorphic?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I didn't learn the kinds of rocks in 4th grade for nothing, okay?
Okay. That information lives in my brain.
Forever. Just like a cumulonimbus cloud. Anyway, does anyone want the roulette bracelet? Because I am stoked to keep it if nobody else wants it, but I'm also happy to do a little if anybody wants to fight for it.
Sounds great for you.
I feel the same way about this hole.
Great. Oh, Doobie. Oh, me. How we feeling over there, Bob and Pinocchio?
Oh, my.
I feel great.
Very excited.
Phenomenal.
Are you cool with Bob taking a bag of tricks and Pinocchio taking the ring, or do you want to fight about it?
I'm happy.
I'm very happy.
Great.
Is it canon that it's only sheep in the bag?
It is.
Mechanically, they might have the different actions of the different creatures, maybe, but they'll all look and behave like sheep.
Yes, they would all be flavored as sheep, but only if that's what's in your heart, Bob. That doesn't have to be real.
Sheep flavored is what you just said.
Real.
Stunning. So you all have these weird magical items. I hope you all enjoy them. I am sure none of this will come back to bite me in the butt.
That doesn't seem likely.
That's never happened before. And
why would you ever imply such a thing, Dewey? I mean, frankly, I'm a little offended.
Okay. All right.
Things are you worried about happening? Just out of curiosity.
What am I worried about happening?
Spitball in here.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm worried about
everything because you're all monsters.
It's why you love us.
It's true. Fabulous. Well, you are on your way to the witch's castle, which you know is pretty far out there. You've got to walk through the forest once more. Is there anything anyone's doing as we walk through the forest? Yes, Big Red Wolf.
Where's Tink? What's the Tink status? I can't remember.
Tink is chilling on Bob's shoulder and looks very annoyed that there's no present for her, but she's not saying anything.
Oh no! Is she back to normal health?
Yeah, she looks like she got a long rest. She's just chilling.
Trad definitely had crawled into the bag and then pulled out the fabric that is the hole, and now is scrambling around the hole trying to get out. Can anyone hear me? I see in a black space. Is anybody out there?
Does anybody hear that tiny little voice? It sounds an awful lot like Trad. I don't know, man.
It does sound like Trad.
Huh.
Trad?
Cheese boy? Are you there? Your fourth cheese boy. My name, in case you forgot, is Trad. Trad Cheddar.
If I can see the hole, I'm reaching my hand down into the hole to be like, Trad, are you in there?
Poking around.
I jump onto Bob's hand.
Sure.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Oh, it was very dark and lonely down there.
That's a nifty little trick you got.
Oh, yeah. I think it will really come in handy. Well, it really did get the best of me for a minute.
Practice makes perfect, though. You just gotta keep playing around with it until you get good.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks. Oh.
I would like to fashion a little, it's like balloon animal style, but I want to make something like a little flower or a little poodle out of my glow stick and give it to Tink because I can tell that she's upset.
She looks at you and goes, "Aw, that's really nice."
I think you're really nice, Tink.
I think you're really nice.
Sorry my brother didn't get a present for you. I think that was kind of rude of him, but yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything, but it is kind of rude, actually.
Yeah. Seems in character for him, though, given our last encounter. But anyway, your poodle will glow now, so have fun with that.
Oh, that's super exciting. So we're going to the witch's castle, right, to get something to cure the lost boys, right?
That's the plan. And also, I think we're asking about Big Bad while we're there, just because might as well.
Yeah, we can't find Big Bad.
No clue, bro.
Maybe the witches...
And Vlad, too, because we thought... Anyway, what, Pinocchio?
Well, maybe the witches know something about purple and stabbing people in the neck with it.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that sounds like something that witches would know.
Yeah.
Witches know a lot.
Oh, Big Rad, I was wondering, I could actually send a message to Big Bad and see if he could respond.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Be very particular about the words that I use, because I only have so many, but I can try my best.
Cool, okay. How many? Like, I think you said 25. Do I remember that
25.
correctly? Cool. Okay, so let's see. Dear Big Bad Wolf, how's it going? Where on earth? That's 10. Okay. Where on earth or
I'm gonna wing it.
not
I'm gonna wing it.
are you? What?
I'm gonna wing it. We're gonna
Oh,
make
okay. Cool. Got it. Well, now I at least know what 16 words is like. So I'll just. Yep, I'm gonna go.
Excuse me, Rad. How many brothers do you have? Because there just seem to be so many of you wolf brothers, and that's really cool. I had some brothers too, but I lost them.
I'm so sorry about that, bro. That's really rough, man. Lost like permanently or lost like I don't know where they're at.
Well, we all got turned into footmen, and then they went back to being rats, and I couldn't do that, and I haven't seen them since.
That's brutal, bro. Well, you could for sure. I got a lot of brothers. You could totally have several if you want, cause like I got brothers to spare, bro. I don't genuinely, bro. Like for real. I have no idea how many brothers I have. I've got a lot.
Out of character, you
That's
have
so
21.
nice of you.
I have how many?
21.
I
21 brothers.
yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. 20. You're the 21st.
I'm the 21. Well, I'm not actually the last one, but doesn't matter. Birth order is a whole thing. But yeah, there's Vlad and Sad, who you met one and almost met the other. Let's see, who else is there? There's Bad, there's me, I'm Rad. There's Mad. He's a lot. Let's see, we've got Big Grad Wolf, recently graduated college. Really proud of him. First in our family to go to college. Whoop, whoop.
Wow, that's such a big accomplishment.
Yeah, bro, he's like roll smart.
I can't believe you're gonna give me some of your brothers. I mean, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Yeah, whichever ones you want, man. Like I said, I have so many, I can't keep track of them all and remember how many I have. So, like, you could probably take 5 or 10 and I wouldn't even notice.
Wow, okay, well, if you just provide the full list, then I can select the ones that, I think will make the best fit, and we can go from there.
Absolutely, bro. I want to, like, as we're walking, I want to do, like, I want to just go down the list and, like, fade off into, you got Dad, you got Chad, you got Dad, you got da-da-da, and just the voice fades into the distance as I list off my many brothers.
As you are listing off your brothers, Tink is chilling, climbs to the top of Bob's hair for fun and like a better vantage point, and looks around and goes, huh. Do you all see that?
No?
Anyone
Do I
who
see
wants to can go ahead and make a perception check.
I need my dice.
Need your dice.
Perception.
Unprepared.
Perception check. Ooh, that's spicy. But my
I got a real
perception-
spicy 4.
Well, I don't
I'm
add
still-
anything to it, but I got an 18 on the dice.
I'm way too focused on listing my brothers to pay attention to anything.
I got
If
a
it
dirty
was
20.
investigation, it could be a 22.
A dirty 20. I thought you said a 30 something.
No.
Again.
You got a 30 something again?
No, I got a dirty 20.
Oh, okay. I was like, not again.
No.
Stunning. You look up and see what Tink is pointing to. Anyone who beat a 20 can see what Tink is looking at. Don't laugh at me. Looks up in the trees, and you see a weird little figure moving far too quickly and like jumps from the tree that it was in to another one to like move away. Tinks looks at you all and is like, I'm gonna chase it.
Chase it.
Okay. Tink leaps out and starts flying as fast as she can.
I'm chasing Tink.
You're chasing Tink. So you're going to be on the ground. You can absolutely chase Tink. It's going to be quite difficult to like keep up. So you can go ahead. What was your perception check that one time, Steve?
18.
18. Cool. So you can go ahead and roll a regular perception check to try to like follow her as you.
Perception is flat. Could it be investigation?
Sure.
Not great. 13.
Awesome. Well, neither of them rolled incredibly high. So what you see is Tink like darting as quickly as she can through the trees. You see like rustle of like branches and such ahead of you. You, I don't think, can see everything that's happening up there just because you are not tall enough. They're like 30, 40 feet up in the air. And you hear Tink go, "Ow! Rude!" And she flies back down and has like a little scratch on her cheek, which she doesn't look like she's that banged up. But she huffs, stomps her little foot in the air, and then lands on Big Rad's head this time around and is like, that annoying little creature scratched me to get away. Can you believe it?
Oh no.
Bob scratched
you. Okay?
No, Bob was regular. That little, like, it looked like a monkey with wings.
Oh. Ew. Oh, I don't like that.
He was definitely watching us. I, like, saw it. He was...
How big was he?
He... Well, you're, like, really big, right? And I'm, like, really, really small. And he's, like, kind of in the middle.
So, like, sheep size?
She flies down and, like, smacks right above Bob's kneecap and is like, that tall.
Okay. What was, like, did you see any foam at the mouth? Do we need to get you, like, a rabies shot or anything? Was my first concern.
I don't know what that is.
Alright, we gotta do some, rabies education later, because, if you're gonna run around chasing wild animals, you absolutely should know what that is, and don't touch things. Okay.
I'd like to learn about that, too.
Okay, well, you see, I'm gonna just launch into a really in-depth explanation, like stupidly scientific, of rabies and what carries it and what doesn't, and how bats aren't actually the biggest carrier. You know, more people get bit by rabid dogs than rabid bats. Anyway, it's a whole thing. The point is, don't be scared of bats, but just don't touch wildlife or really any animal you don't know. And if you do get bit, you go straight to the doctor and be like, "Yo, doc, give me that sweet, sweet rabies shot, because there's no cure, but you can prevent it."
Rad, you're so informative. You know so many things. I never knew this about rabies, and as a rat, that's really good information for me to have.
That's a good point, bro. You especially should get a rabies shot. You and me both. After we see this witch, let's go get rabies shots, bro, because...
Oh, that
I don't
sounds
know,
like
man.
such a pleasant outing.
Yeah, dude. Tink, which way was the... I super wasn't paying attention because I was listing my 87 brothers. Which way did this creepy monkey rabbit thing go?
He scratched me and I went, ow! And then he flew off, deeper into the forest. I think I could probably, like, try to find it.
Well, I'm mostly just wondering, like, was it going in the way that we're trying to go, or, like, a different way, or, like, can't tell?
It looked like he was going in the same direction that we were supposed to go.
Cool, cool, cool. Interesting. Was he wearing any clothes?
No. He was like a monkey.
Well, I'm like a wolf and I wear little tiny pants, so I don't know
That's
if
a
that has to
little
do with
weird,
it.
I think.
Well, it's because, like, when you're surfing, bro, you gotta just, I don't know. I can't just surf in the buff. I gotta have my little holographic Speedos on, you know, to make it all shiny and stuff, and I don't know. That's a good point. I'm gonna think about, oh man, I gotta think about that now.
That seems
Shoot.
like a preference thing.
Maybe it is. All my brothers wear clothes. Whoa. I got a lot to think about now.
Well, I'd like to kick its butt. So let's try to find it, and then I'll kill it.
Yeah, nobody scratches our friend Tink without consequences.
Oh my god, are we friends?
Yeah, dude. Duh.
Tink, do you want to be a cheese boy? Do you like cheese?
Yes.
There are lots of different varieties of cheese. I have a wide selection if you would like to sample some so that we could really identify your cheese preferences.
Oh, okay.
Little cheese flake.
Yeah, I bring out a small charcuterie board of cheese that I keep on me at all times, obviously. This is the blue cheese and this is the Gouda. Now, the cheddar is going to be a little on the sharper side, and the Parmesan is going to be on the little of the firmer side. And depending on your preference, I can then pair it with a cracker for you.
Oh.
As an official cheese boy, we just want to make sure that we have your cheese preferences documented so that you're never without a small cheese snack that is both comforting, classy, dainty, and exquisite. It's the perfect snack.
Wow. My life really has changed since I met you all.
Pink, we're so happy we met you.
Oh my gosh. And she flies up to like give the side of your face a hug. But you are a Retman. Or sorry, you're a Tried Cheddar currently, so you are very small. So she gives you a regular hug because you're about the same size. And then she looks up back into the trees, and you can all see that little figure looking down at you. And she's like, "You."
There it is.
Bro, Tink, I got an idea. Stay chill, stay chill. Hey, monkey! You want some cheese, bro?
Brad, was that your whole plan?
We got offer it. I'm trying to lure it down so he can. I'm trying to
Do you
lure
think he wants the blue cheese, or I got an Asiago? If you think that's more appealing, we could. You want to throw it, or do you want to dangle it, or?
Monkey. Really, just like wave it at him, like, come here, we got cheese, bro.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Can I be helping?
How are you helping convince this monkey to come down?
I think I'm like I've laid my bag out in front of me and I'm using it as a like stand for the cheese board so that we're holding it a little bit out away from us, kind of just giving a little separation between us and the thing itself.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
You can go ahead and make that roll with advantage, please.
Big fat 10?
Big fat 10 altogether?
Mm-hmm.
You see it goes,
I don't know what that means, bro. Maybe you're soft. Hey, hand me the brie, Trad. Maybe he's a soft cheese guy.
I got brie or goat.
Or camembert. You like a camembert?
He's going to fly down and try to steal the entirety of that charcuterie board.
How far away is the charcuterie board from us?
Yeah.
I think you're all kind of right there.
I'm still holding it like this. I'm just holding it away.
I'm on Bob's wrist, ordering the. I just want to make sure that the cheeses are in a selection of hardest to softest, so that the monkey has the best variety to choose from and understands the presentation.
I'm gonna. I want to try to grapple this monkey while he's distracted with cheese.
Okay. You
I
do
cast guidance.
You can absolutely cast guidance. That's another D4. It is a DC 22 to grab him. He rolled pretty high.
And guidance, can you remind me what I do about that?
You roll 1D4.
To my hit roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And go.
If only I had some pistachios. You know, the Asiago really pairs best with pistachios. What will
And
this monkey think of me?
I add my thingy. What do I add? Jeez Louise. I add my initiative. No. Yes.
You're trying to grapple, so it's going to be
Yes.
athletics.
Athletics, thank you. And then plus my d4. Okay. Please hold.
Thank you, hold.
You said what? What was the DC? Dubois?
22.
Oh, how interesting. How very, very interesting. Okay, how do I do math?
Excellent question.
That'll be a 29.
Woo!
Yeah, you tell me what happens as this monkey, he's like this big, and flies down to grab the whole charcuterie board.
I'm gonna wait till he's like distracted facing Bob, and I'm gonna kind of like sidle around to the back. You know that meme of Jason Momoa like on the red carpet, like poised to tackle Henry Cavill? That's what we're going. It's like it's amiable, but it's intense, and it's gonna happen. And I'm like, you stupid little monkey! I've wrestled so many bros in my little lifetime. You thought you could get away from me with your DC 22. That's cute, monkey. Where are you from? What are you doing? Why are you following us? I'll give him a nuggie.
Before we jump into that, Pinocchio, how does your guidance manifest in this moment?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh no. I might date myself here, but a like glowing like net, like one of those butterfly nets, like appears.
Yes. Yes, I know exactly what you're trying to.
And a little. No, we're not going to go that far. Nobody remembers that stupid PS1 video game. And it's just going to allow Rad to just sweep them up in a full butterfly net.
You've got him. He's wriggling.
This thing isn't gonna do anything, little guy. You gotta tell me where you're from. Where are you going? What do you want? Who are you with? What's your favorite kind of cheese? Tell me. I'll nookie more. If you don't tell.
Tink flies down right into his face and is like, "You tell us." And I'm gonna roll real quick. He goes, and Tink gives him like a dead eye, and then looks at you all and is like, "I don't know that he can speak like we can."
I was about to say, like, it doesn't seem like complex questions are going to get us very far. Maybe if we stick with, like, yes and no, like, we might get further with them.
That's a good
Does
point.
he have any purple in his neck?
Oh, I'll look.
You can go ahead and look, yeah. Make a perception check or a medicine check, whatever you want.
13?
Nope.
No or no, I can't tell.
No, there's nothing.
Type.
Nothing there.
Okay, well, now that I realize he doesn't speak what we're speaking, I feel a little bad. Maybe we should. I'm still gonna keep him grappled because, like, this monkey can fly. That's terrifying. But A, I don't think he has rabies, and B, I do think we should give him a little bit of cheese. So, little buddy, I'm gonna ask you in alphabetical order which cheese you want. So, is it an Asiago? Cheap once. Yeah, one for no, two for yes. Asiago. Dude loves an Asiago. I love a bro who knows what he wants. Okay, are you following us?
You ask that question, and I think everyone can see his eyes go fully white. There's no, like, iris or anything. It's just, like, glowing.
I think he's having a real bad reaction to the cheese. This guy might be lactose intolerant.
Reach out to cover his eyes.
You can cover his eyes. As soon as you do, he goes.
It's okay, buddy. I too have eaten some cheese. One cheese too many a few times, and it'll mess with your tongue. I get it, bro. But it's worth it.
This
A
was
good
top of the
cheese.
line, very fresh Asiago. Now, maybe it was because I didn't have the pistachios to go with it, which is on me.
He is fighting to get out of there. So, Soph, I need you to make another grapple check with advantage because you're that grappler.
Yes, I do.
Can
And
try
so
to make
another
a
grapple
sleight of
check.
hand check to tie a bandana around his eyes while this is all happening?
You absolutely may.
And I add athletics to this as well, right, Dubois?
Yeah, you're gonna be okay.
Don't say that to me. Why would you ever say that to me?
Because
Depending on.
you're gonna
Never
be.
say that.
I'm
Never
sorry.
tell me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Because now we're having that one.
Oh no!
I'm so
But I
sorry.
get to roll with advantage.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, thank heck. Okay. Oh, okay. Woo! That was terrifying. Do I still have guidance or no?
No, guidance is a one-time situation.
Sick. Okay. That will be please a 23.
You're good.
Nice.
You are good. And what was that sleight of hand check, Bob?
That was
17.
Cool. You get a bandana around his little face. Tink looks at you and is like, "What was that?"
Lactose intolerance, man, is nothing to mess around with. But again, like if you don't have your lactate on hand, sometimes you just gotta eat the cheese and accept the consequences.
I was
you know?
gonna give him the Gouda.
I have
It's
an
not
idea.
on you,
I was
bro.
thinking I might have an idea. Were you thinking what I was thinking, Pinocchio?
I think so. Maybe he's like being a pair of binoculars for somebody more sinister. This poor little chap.
That's very scary indeed. I don't like that at all.
Can Pinocchio go up to the net and just kind of like pet the monkey's hand and sing to him?
While I'm still holding him.
You absolutely can.
What do you sing, Pinocchio?
Go to sleep. Shut your eyes. Shut up your face. Go to sleep. Shut your eyes. Shut up your face.
Dad starts snoring a little bit.
The monkey is fully asleep. And you see, he has wings growing out of his back. He looks like a normal little monkey, but with like these long kind of bat wings growing out of his back. And he goes fully unconscious when you say he looks sleepy.
Chad is also knocked out on the charcuterie board.
Horrible.
My little people used to sing that to me all the time.
I'm sorry?
What do you all want to do about this little monkey? / are you gonna keep heading towards?
Put him in the sheep.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest either the sheep or the little hole, but maybe he can get out of the hole. We should put him in the sheep,
Well,
if that's okay with you, bro.
I think that's totally okay. I think we'll probably want to make sure we've got him, unfortunately, tied up pretty good so that he can't cause too much ruckus in there.
That's a
The
good
other thing that
point.
I was thinking is if we have maybe 2 minutes, I could do just a little quick detect magic and a little identify and see if we can get any information about what this guy's situation is and if there's anything we need to know.
Yeah, bro. I think that's a great idea.
Sweet.
Cool. So yeah, I think I'll kind of like set up. If maybe should we get him tied up first? That way we don't have to worry about. I know since he's asleep, we don't have to worry about anything else. Do we need to make a check for that?
No. You guys.
Is there like a thing we could like? I want to like put him in a bag and tie the bag. Is what I'm thinking. Is there like a thing we could put him in? I want to like. I don't like this little critter, and I think he's bad news. And also, I feel real bad for him.
You put him in a little like potato sack, like tie it up around his neck. He's still asleep.
That's so precious.
Amazing. Yeah, so I think I'd love to set up, and I think kind of Bob's identify, and I think probably the detect magic too, but especially the identify. I think there's a lot of there's just like a lot of like clouds and like fluffiness that kind of goes around, and it looks like it's little cotton balls, but they kind of act and behave like little balls of mist, and it's kind of just like creates a little situation around himself that he can channel his magic through.
Oh, it's relaxing as heck, bro.
A magical spa.
Magical spa.
I kind of want to meditate. I'm gonna sit in the corner and just meditate while he does that because this is so pleasant.
Yeah, actually, Juby, a question. While I'm taking a little rat nap on my charcuterie board, does that count as a short rest?
Sure.
Woo!
So Bob, you channel all this spell energy. You're casting Identify on the monkey? Does Identify give you information on people? Or on, like, beings?
Not necessarily.
I think it comes back, like, flying monkey.
Cool. I don't have to, since it's a ritual, I don't have to waste a spell slot, so I figured out, one of those, like, while I'm at it, give it a shot.
Respect. Yeah, it comes back like, this is a flying monkey.
Totally.
So sorry, and it would say that it's native to Harsha.
Amazing. And then, do I get anything back with detect magic?
Detect magic, I think you get a lingering sense of, I don't know the school of magic. That's not true. Divination magic. Left over from the eye situation. But this monkey doesn't seem to have any, like, magic that's on him right now.
Wonderful. Cool. There's there didn't seem to get a lot of information there, folks. Seems like he's just one of the guys that lives in this world. So definitely maybe want to keep him tied up and secure, because seems like something was definitely, I got a little trace of some magic that makes me think that there was definitely somebody looking through his eyes for a little bit there. So seems like he's connected to somebody at least.
Yeah, let's for sure keep him in the potato sack, and maybe when he wakes up we can feed him some cheese or something. But keep that blindfold on. That was a good call, Bob. Sorry, go ahead, Ratman. Trad.
While Trad's asleep, can I do a religion check to see if I get any information or any non-information or any clues about the fairy godmother?
Sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be an 8.
You go to sleep, do your little religion. Nothing really pops up except, like, you can see, like, glittering motes of light that you recognize as the fairy godmothers in an incredibly dark space. But that's all you're going to get with an 8.
Okay, sweet. I just, my little paws go to try to catch the glimmering sparks I see, and I wake myself up by falling off of the charcuterie board.
Oh, you okay there? I didn't mean to drop you, buddy.
Where am I?
You took a little nap on the charcuterie board.
Pinocchio, that lullaby was so soothing, I just went right out. And I did try to make contact with my fairy godmother, but I just saw these sparks in a bunch of darkness. I don't know if she's doing okay.
Tink looks at you all and is like, wow, that's really interesting. Should we go to the castle, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Once we find out whatever that thing is that can unfreeze the boys, I'm gonna, like, go back there, and I gotta fix it. So maybe do we take the monkey to the castle?
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
I think we gotta keep the monkey in our sight.
Absolutely. Also, it would be really cruel of us to leave a tied-up monkey just alone in a forest, because, like, that little guy, he's terrifying for sure, but I don't think he could free himself, you know?
Yeah. Well, I know the direction that he was going, so I can lead us in that direction if you guys want.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
thanks.
said it was the same as the. You think it's the same as the witch's castle, right? Like that direction.
I think so.
Cool. Yeah, let's
Um,
go.
awesome. So you all head towards this castle. As you make your way through the forest, you can see this castle in like a clearing a little bit higher up. Are you taking any measures to be sneaky as you get closer? What's going on there?
I would like to be alert, but I don't personally feel the need for sneak.
Because Chad has such a high stealth, I would love to be scampering ahead, like kind of just a few paces ahead, doing like a double check as I make sure the coast is clear for the gang.
Sure. You can go ahead and make a stealth check, please.
Yes. That is going to be a 26.
Great. Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
Woohoo! Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, I rolled a 5 twice.
Ooh.
So that's going to be a 10.
Okay. A 10. You don't see very much. You see that there's like a bunch of windows at the top of these turrets. There's a really big gilded door at the front. Vlad's castle looked a lot more like sinister and intimidating than this one. Looks just like kind of like a fairy tale castle. Is this one?
I turn around and I say, I can see the castle. It looks kind of pretty, to be honest. I don't know how scary this witch is going to be, but she has a nice house.
Nice. That's exciting.
Okay, guys, let's go.
Should we just knock on the front door? That would be my vote, but I don't know if anybody's got a different idea before we just do it.
Maybe I'll make a little charcuterie board for when she greets us, because it's nice to offer a gift to your host.
I think that's a great idea, especially since we've kidnapped her monkey. Possibly. Allegedly.
So sorry. Is this still all the cheese that you stole from the table at the Queen's Castle a million weeks ago?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I imagine you stole some from Vlad, too.
Oh, I did. Bunches of cheese down those little channels when I was wrestling with the frogmen.
That's where they keep the cheese. You said so.
In the maze.
I'm going to roll a luck check here to see how much cheese you got. On a
That's reasonable.
it'll vary. On a nat 1 you get no cheese, and then it'll go up incrementally from there. At a nat 20 you can go ahead and get whatever cheese you'd like. It's a 12. So you probably have enough for this because you've just made a charcuterie board. You probably have enough for this charcutes, and then you're not gonna have enough cheese for that.
Well, and
I
also,
think we'll be using from the last charcuterie board too, right? Because we only offered him a little Asiago off the board, and then
you took the words right out of my mouth.
Right up, so.
That's right. I'm just neatening it. I'm adding some toothpicks for decor, and I'm sprinkling it with just a little bit of nutmeg. Really present it. It's when putting together a charcuterie board, the most important thing is presentation, because that will allure your guests towards your cheese selection.
So I was wondering, actually, Trad, in effort of trying to make that a little more appealing, right? I'm wondering as I'm trying to get better at this kind of stuff and learn all about it, is there a particular scent for this kind of cheese board that would be particularly appealing? Because I can use a little magical puff to give a little initial smell of something on the first presentation.
Trad just wobbles a little bit because he got so overwhelmed at this question that he got a little lightheaded. Oh, pardon me, as he's sprucing his face with his scarf. I am so overwhelmed.
Are you
that
okay,
you would
buddy?
ask. Yes, people don't understand. They don't understand the finesse that it takes to make an elegant worthy cheese board, and you understand the detail that goes into it, and I am so grateful to be in your presence. I think that if we could waft a little bit of a nice like orange zest or like like a Merlot sconcing perhaps, that we could really get the full ambiance of the cheese board.
Fantastic. I've been learning so much from you over the last couple days we've been hanging out, Trad, that I want to learn more. This is so cool. And
Oh,
everybody
Bob,
likes cheese. Who'd have
I'm
thunk? But every single person
so
seems to love cheese.
I'm so honored to be a part of this Cheese Boy crew. This is
Cheese
the
boys
best
for
thing that's
life.
ever happened to me.
Boys for life, bro.
Tink swoops down and puts a whole hunk of cheese in her mouth. And is like, good.
Oh, Tink, that was the Gouda, and I'm all out of Gouda. But that's okay because I think I have a little bit of Velveeta. Now, Velveeta is not necessarily your top tier cheese, but it's okay because we can spruce it up. And if we add a little bit of the burnt orange zest, then I think that the vibe will still be good.
So you are all going to walk up to the witch's castle holding a charcuterie board.
Mhm.
Great. And a monkey in a bag?
I think the monkey in the bag is probably not front and center, but yes.
I was thinking we could put him in the sheep.
Put him in
A genius.
There's
Put
nothing
him
in there
in the
that he
sheep.
can mess up. Even
Put
if
him
he
in the
does get
sheep.
out.
Put him in the sheep. Put him
You're
in the
mad
sheep.
genius, Bob.
The monkey did nothing.
Huh?
This poor monkey did nothing to us.
That's why we put him in the potato bag, so he can still his little head out.
He's awake now and is just kind of like,
We
I'm gonna
didn't
feed him
bonk
some
on the head
cheese.
or anything.
Yeah,
he,
we caused him no harm. Okay, little buddy, we're gonna have to put you in the sheep now. You'll understand what that means in a second. Nothing bad can happen to you in there, and I'm gonna send you in with a little extra cheese, which I'll kind of, I'll kind of tuck it in near your head so you can like when you get hungry. Cause I don't know, we're not gonna leave you in there forever, but it could be like a couple hours. So, but time is great, and time is fake anyway, and it really shows when you're in the sheep. So I think you'll be good. Have fun. I'm gonna scratch his little head.
Could
Good
also
luck in
only
there.
be like 5 minutes. We don't know.
That's true. No clue. Let's give him some of that extra Velveeta just to, use it up.
Here you go, little monkey.
Alright, I think I pop in and just tuck him in, make sure he's propped up nice somewhere leaning against one of the little hay bales.
So cute.
that's so cute. Stunning. The monkey, and you head out and walk up to the front door. It's a big old door. What do you do up there? You're just knocking?
Yeah, knock. Is there a knocker or does it?
There's an enormous, like, golden door knock.
Is it bigger than Vlad's?
It is really specifically bigger than Vlad's.
Tight.
Wow.
Does it also have a face and talk?
No, this one is, like, beautiful, like, intricate, wrought gold and, like, silver. It's wild.
Whoa.
That's
Oh,
excellent
wow.
craftsmanship.
I
What,
like
Pinocchio?
Vlad.
You like Vlad?
Vlad's better.
Huh?
And I think I like Vlad's better. This is kind of gaudy, a little overdone.
You hear a voice go, huh, gaudy?
I
Well, that's
super
really
don't
rude.
disagree, Pinocchio, but you should probably keep that to yourself until we're like away from here. Just
I
say.
thought we were just having an us conversation.
I thought so
You
too,
are
but
on
then I
the-
heard that tiny voice, and I don't know what that is, and
You are
Yeah,
at my
that's all.
door.
Rich? Is that you?
Who?
Hello. We are the Cheese Boys. The Cheese Boys. And we would love a visit with the beautiful, glorious, incredible, host and owner of this castle, and we have a gift for you.
Oh. Well, that is lovely. We are not accepting guests at this time. In fact, thank you for your gift. You may want to be going.
Why?
You still have not seen anybody, but you do feel like a little shift in the air. You hear this voice go, "Why? There are many dangers in these worlds. There are specifically many dangers here in Harsha, and I don't think that letting 4 rapscallions into my home is a great idea."
We have seen a lot of that danger. Yeah. Specifically, we've been really trying to get away from this flying monkey that was chasing us around.
Oh, you mean the one that you kidnapped?
See now, kidnap.
Is he
Does he? Does he belong to you? Because we were trying to bring him back to where he goes, where he lives, without hurting him, but also without letting him hurt us.
You could
So-
say rescued,
You could.
perhaps.
Relocated.
Well,
Transferred.
Transfer. You know, like when a bear in a state park goes a little nuts, and the state park people got to come in their cool khaki pants, and they trank him, and then they take him to a different woods, and then they release him. We didn't even trank him. We just gave him cheese.
I have no idea what it is you're talking about. If you would be so kind as to release our monkey, we won't have much of a problem, and you can head off.
Could we get some information maybe in reciprocity for returning your friend here safely?
So you kidnapped my friend and now you want to ransom him back?
Ransom's a strong word. I would say we're not willing to release this little monkey without knowing into whose care we're releasing him. I don't want to just bring him all this way just to leave him on your doorstep. That doesn't seem like much of a rescue at all, now does it?
How do we really know that he's your monkey? Do you have any identification or proof of certificate of birth for this monkey?
We should have checked the monkey for a chip.
We did. We looked for that purple gem.
You're right. We did check the monkey. He didn't have a chip.
So a few
Our
things
monkey.
happen simultaneously. First, all of the turrets of this castle are suddenly filled with flying monkeys.
No!
It is like horrifying, like bugs all kind of on the like scaling the sides, and they all look right down at you. There's gotta be hundreds. It's out of control. But as they all show up, Bob says, "We checked for the purple gem." And all of the monkeys do not move, but they all still look at you. And you hear that voice say, "You searched for a purple gem. Why?"
Oh, we've just kind of like seen a couple people in the last few days who've had one like sticking out of their neck who've been rather rapscallionous towards us. We're not very rapscallion ourselves, so, we've been asking about to try to get some more information on it.
We're cheese enthusiasts. How could we be rapscallions?
Well, I suppose that's a good question. If you would all consent to a tiny bit of mind reading, perhaps I could invite you inside.
I don't know if you want to poke around in there. It's kind of dark.
It's just a simple detect thoughts spell. It shouldn't be too invasive.
Oh, I only think about cheese, so go for it.
You feel detect thoughts is being cast on you. Is there anyone who wants to roll against the saving throw?
Is this surface thoughts or deeper?
So she's gonna get surface thoughts regardless. But she's also going to delve deeper. So is there anybody who's trying to?
I actually have a question here.
Yeah.
Do I, as Trad, like have the same thoughts as Ratman? Like, will she be able to infiltrate Ratman's thoughts when I'm in Trad form?
So you're always trad even when you're Ratman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ratman's just like a fun like superhero version, but I feel like trad's still always in there. So it's unless you
Right.
are Ratman and thinking like Ratman, I don't think that she's going to be able to.
Yeah, I think that I'm always Trad, but I'm not always Ratman. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I think some more thoughts when I'm Ratman than I do when I'm Trad.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's trying to delve for thoughts, and she's telling you that she's casting this spell, asking for your consent to delve deeper. So it's up to you all if you would like to not, if you want to roll against that save. You can
There's a
choose
small-
to fail if
yeah.
you'd like.
There's a small part of Bob that like feels the impulse to resist the deeper push. I don't know if I follow it though. Can I roll like an insight and see what I think I should do in that moment?
You absolutely may. It's going to be a disadvantage because you really can't see anybody, and also there's a bunch of flying monkeys looking at you.
Totally. Disadvantaged insight is 13.
You're not getting any like you're getting the feeling of like somebody being overprotective of their home. More about protection than it is about trying to get something off of you.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'll let it go through.
Cool. Same for everybody else. Cool.
Well, I can't tell a lie. I mean, you didn't even ask who we are. I'm a Pinocchio. From the Adventures of Pinocchio. No, I don't sign autographs. This is the Big Rat. This is Brad. This is Bob. And if you have any questions, like, we can just answer them. Like, we're honest people. We're giving you no reason to think that we're not.
It's not safe to talk outside of the home. We have quite a few wards and protections here in place. There are always listening ears.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Uh,
So can we come in?
Those of you who failed or who like chose to fail the deeper push, surface thoughts I imagine are somewhere along the lines of like, we're here. Is anyone, when she delves deeper, what are you all thinking about? You know that she's trying to like access memories and like kind of, and she says out loud like, I'm looking for where you've been, where you're planning on going, and what you've seen in this world. So is there anything that your brain like goes to in particular when she says those things? Bob?
Yeah, I think Bob's like, as soon as that question's asked, Bob starts thinking like of the small child, the tree telling us about the small child with the purple flying by, thinking about seeing the purple gem in Sad's neck, thinking about like just kind of like what the quick glimpses of what we've done since we, not going back as far as traveling through the portals or anything like that, neither the first nor the second one, but just since we went through the second portal and kind of were in OAS, like all the like instances of purple magic we've kind of seen since then.
Awesome.
Bad.
Good. I'm thinking about the surface thought is like, man, I really hope she likes our charcuterie board. And deeper, I'm thinking about my now two missing brothers, Bad and Vlad, and hoping that she can help us find them. And then kind of like peripheral thoughts about the purple things, but mostly brothers.
Sweet. What's up with Trad?
Deeper thoughts. Trad is thinking about the incredibly large table of so many different charcuterie boards and how his cheese supply is dwindling, and that's making him kind of sad, which is also making him think about his brothers and how he really misses them, but how he was so grateful for Rad's offer of loaning him some of his brothers. And he's just thinking about family and camaraderie and these cheese boys and how much they mean to him. And this weird purple stuff that we're going to solve this mystery together.
Stunning. Pinocchio, she glides over your surface thoughts. Are you saving against her wisdom save?
Well, I mean, it feels like kind of like trying to be deceitful, I guess, but Pinocchio is going to be I guess at surface level all you hear is la 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 la. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm trying not to think about anything. La 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 la. And then if you go deeper, like Pinocchio is going to try to direct his thoughts to like Vlad farting while sitting down, or big or Rat Man trying to turn himself into a boat out of his muscles, or
So, okay, are you failing the saving throw but trying to like it kind of sounds like deception.
just actively thinking about things.
Okay, are you willingly failing the saving throw?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. You do all of those things. You hear this voice being like, well, seems like you have all gone on quite a few adventures. And you see that Tink also fails her saving throw. And you hear that voice go, they got a wasp. And like a pause. And she says, all right. Well, come on in, I suppose. Could you please release the monkey?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Should we come inside first, or do you want to let him out here?
Well, he's going to go back outside anyway. You see the door cracks open. She's like, he'll go outside anyway, but we don't really like them in the house.
Oh.
They have their own wing.
They got two of them, it seems like.
Oh, man.
I understand that because when I was just a rat, I had to stay in the barn. They didn't like me in the main house either.
Yeah, but how did that make you feel though? Like, were you okay with that, or did it feel kind of not good?
There was much more cheese in the barn, so
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
it worked out for me.
I think
And
I'll
I had
pop
a
into the
comfortable
sheep
hay
and
pile.
grab our friend and pop back out with our monkey friend.
He flies out, looks like he like covered in cheese, and goes, eh, and kisses the top of Trad's head, kisses the top of Big Rat's head, kisses the top of Pinocchio's head, kisses the top of Bob's head, and flies off with the rest of his buds.
I love you, buddy.
Bye, little monkey. Thanks for hanging out with us.
You can be an honorary cheese boy if you want. Come see us anytime.
And he flies off. The door is open if you would all want to step inside. Inside you see like beautiful gleaming foyer, like huge staircase up to the second floor. And standing there you see a like pretty slight blonde woman with her curly hair tied up into like this crazy messy bun on top of her head, wearing a full like pink juicy velour sweat suit set, and like sparkly pink house slippers. She's gorgeous. She looks like a little fairy princess. Maybe like 5'1", itty bitty. And And she looks at you with these huge blue eyes and she goes, well, welcome. Are you, I see that you've brought some snacks. Are you hungry? Would you like to sit down and we can chat and have something to eat?
That'd be
Oh, that
dope.
sounds great. We brought you this charcuterie board. It now I won't lie to you, it's not my best work, but we really hope you enjoy it.
Um,
And then I
she,
prestidigitation a little burnt orange and Merlot aroma.
she looks enchanted. She's like, oh, this is so honestly a bit fancy for the way that I'm looking right now. You'll have to excuse my appearance. We really weren't expecting visitors.
Thank you so much for letting us into your home.
Oh,
You keep saying we are we who lives here?
well, I live here, and of course the monkeys live here, but they do live on the wing opposite us so that they do what they wish and they don't get my couch dirty. And I live
It
here
is a
with.
very clean couch.
Thank you. I live here with my partner. She looks at all of you like she's a little worried about what you might say at that word. And finding nothing, she goes, well, come with me then, and leads you to leads you through like this crazy like living room, huge pink like swirling couches, all gilt. It's beautiful, huge like crystal chandelier up in the enormous ceilings, and leads you into a dining room with a long table that she looks at, and a wave of magic comes from her and the table shrinks and the room itself seems to shrink so that you're not just sitting in this huge crazy open space. And she sits down at the head of the table and she goes, come. And you all have a seat at the table. And she goes, dearest, uh, and you see, in like full black lace all the way to the ground, like dripping in like dark colored diamonds, hair coiffed and perfect, holding an enormous spell book, is like taller green lady who comes in and does not look up from her book, and is like, what how can I help you? And you see the other one looks so annoyed. She's like, dearest, we have guests. Would you put the book down now, please? And you see the tone of that. You watch the green woman flush a little bit, which means she just like gets a little mint green, and closes the book and is like, right. You stole my monkey. Crazy that you're in my house now.
Pleasure to meet you again. As we were telling your lovely partner, whose name we still haven't asked, by the way. We'll get to that. But the monkey was trying to kill us, and we were trying to disarm the monkey without hurting it. So it's more like a rescue. He's fine. He's back. He had a great time. He had a lot of cheese.
Wrestled a little bit, fed him some cheese, let him sit in a little room propped up on a hay bale looking at the sky. He is a little cheesy though, so wherever he usually stays, just a heads up. I know that's on the other side of the castle, but things might get a little cheesy over there.
I take full responsibility for any cheese residue. I will say though, we made him an honorary cheese boy because that's us. We're the cheese boys. And hello, pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Trad Cheddar.
Trad Cheddar, it's very nice to meet you. The rest of you are?
I'm the big rad wolf. Not the big bad wolf. Just the rad one. We'll get to it.
Right, yes. Fabulous. And you two?
I'm Bob.
Bob, lovely to meet you. And you are.
I'm Pinocchio, and I'm a little lost. Are you guys like business partners, like lawyers, cowboys?
Trad is on the little edge of the table, and Trad just whips around to Pinocchio, and it's like, Pinocchio, that's rude. I believe that they are in love. Are you in love? Because I think that's beautiful.
You see the one dressed in pink goes, yes, and the other one goes, sometimes. Well,
Like we're at a friend's house and their parents are like fighting, and we're just trying to eat our pizza rolls.
pizza rolls. What's a pizza roll?
You got a pizza roll, bro? Dude, we gotta make you some pizza rolls later. We got business to attend to first.
But the mozzarella. I think I forgot the mozzarella.
You
God, it's
seem
beautiful charcuterie.
incredibly concerned with cheese.
Cheese? Oh,
Yeah.
cheese. We are the cheese boys, and I myself, I'm Trad Cheddar, and I consider myself a professional cheese enthusiast. I could tell you the whole lineage of my cheese journey if you would like, and I could also help facilitate your cheese journey if you would like to become a cheese enthusiast, or perhaps
Thank you so
already are.
much. I'm lactose intolerant. And you see the one in pink goes, I'm definitely not. Thank you so much. And she
And I
takes it.
slide the charcuterie towards the one in pink.
She's like housing this cheese. You see, the one in pink, full mouth of cheese is like, well, really nice to meet you. So sorry. My name is Glinda, and I am the Witch of the North, obviously. And this is the evil, wicked witch of the West. Look at how evil she is. Doesn't she look so evil? And you see the one in green is like, I will kill you. Great. Lovely to meet you. You can call me the Wicked Witch if you would like. Some people call me Gertie. It's up to you. Live your life. So you were talking about taking something purple out of somebody's neck. I need you to tell me more about that, please.
Oh, the Wicked Witch thing, it's more like a title, like you're not evil or like mean. You're just kind of like chill and you like wearing black. I mean, that's pretty cool.
She looks stoked that you think that she's cool. And you see Glinda looks at you and is like, oh, so scary. She's so scary. She dresses in all black, and she's always looking at her little spell book, and she's very good at magic, and she can be super scary with magic, definitely. And you see Gertie is like, yeah. It's a title that was given to me because it alliterates with West, I suppose.
Okay, cool. All right.
Glinda over here doesn't get like, you know, I don't even know what starts with N. Nice North. Could you imagine?
Maybe they meant wicked as in like how Rad sometimes like wicked, you know, like I went, you know, maybe it's like that instead.
Maybe. Okay.
We could call you the nice necromancer of the north.
Ooh, I like that.
That has a good ring to it.
You see Glinda's eyes light up as she has just discovered a thing that she's going to torture her partner with forever, maybe. And you see the other one's like, okay, if you could just tell me a little bit about the purple situation. What is it? Do you have it?
Does Pinocchio still have the gem that?
That's a good question.
Neck?
Have you been holding on to it?
I assumed I was, but
Stunning. where have you been holding on to it?
That's a great question. I suppose he would have just tucked it into his belt next to his chisel.
Cool. Um, do you pull it out in this moment?
Yeah,
Cool.
sort of wields it. Like, so we like pulled this out of this Rad's brother's neck, and like he went from being like all kind of evil to like being really sad and probably not related. But then we also like found this like something similar in the necks of some mermaids who like tried to kill us, which like also mermaids are kind of known to do that, so it's like maybe it wasn't correlated. But then Peter, this guy from OAS, he was like super cool with us and he was super nice. And then he left and then he came back and then he was like, well, get the hell, get out of here. And we were like, why? And we as he flew by later, we saw purple in his neck. And so like, we're thinking maybe it's not so great.
Can I see it, please?
I'm a little weirded out that your partner kind of like got in our brains and stuff. Can I like hold on to it while you see it? Because I'm nervous.
Yeah, sure. That's
Pinocchio,
fine.
I understand that you're nervous, and and I turn back to Gertie and Glinda, and I'm like, you have to understand, we've been through a lot, and us cheese boys, we're just trying to figure out why our dear friend Tinkerbell's Lost Boys got frozen, and all this weird stuff is happening. Rad's brother wasn't really Rad's brother. Well, he was Rad's brother, but not the right Rad's brother, and it's just been a really big journey, so you have to forgive us if we're a little leery. We're just trying to protect everybody.
Sorry, none of you are from the same story, correct?
Everybody keeps telling us we're in the wrong story, and
Well,
it's
you
really
are
confusing.
certainly in the wrong story. What? How did you come to get? Did you know each other somehow?
No, bro.
Why that seems a little personal. Like Pinocchio said, we've got a you detected and got all up in our thoughts. Why don't you tell us the story of how you two got together first, and then we can tell you how we got together.
Oh yeah,
Um,
tell us your love story.
Your engagement
Oh,
story.
I would love to hear the whole thing. Can you start at the very beginning?
How'd you meet? Who
Who said
asked
I
who
love
out
you
first?
first?
Who said I love you first? That's a good one.
What was
Uh,
the first date like?
You see, Gertie looks so annoyed. Anyone who wants to can make an insight check here if you would like.
I would love to
Yep.
give to Jim. That's a natural 20.
Dad has no
So that's 31.
Oh,
Good, because I got 3.
I got 9, baby.
So you two, Big Rad and Trad are just enamored with the story that's going on here. You're like, gay love. We love to see it. And Bob, what did you get?
Also a 9.
Okay, great. You're in the same boat. You're just like, look at them, cuties.
I love love.
Pinocchio. Things that you understand here. They are very much in love, even if one of them is grumpy and one of them is shiny. And you also get the sense that Glinda is the personable one, and Gertie's got high intelligence and like low kind of everything else. Here in the real world, might be on the spectrum. So all of these questions that she's asking you, less invasive, more like, I need to collect data. So she looks annoyed that you want to hear about a love story when there's so much information that you have to maybe solve mysteries, but fine. She's like, whatever, as long as people give me information. And Glinda looks at her and she's like, will you tell it? And you see Gertie be like, okay. Yeah, so we're witches from different parts of Harsha, and, had a lot of stuff to work out when I was a little bit younger. And Glinda's like, a few things. And you see Gertie be like, oh, yeah, because you were, like, super great the whole time and didn't do anything insane, right? You were totally normal the whole time. And Glinda's like, well, and Gertie's like, you asked me to tell it. So I had a lot to work through, but Glinda was also insane and decided to help a little nobody nothing girl who fell out of the sky from whoever knows where and landed on my sister. Crushed her flat beneath a house. My sister. And Glinda over here was like, let me help you get home. And I was like, give me my sister's shoes back. What is actually wrong with you? So we went back and forth on that for a little while, and I, like, almost died, but then I didn't because Glinda, and Glinda's like, because I came back for you. And Gertie's like, yes, because Glinda came back for me and helped me stop being a melty puddle of goo, and the little girl went away, and I got my shoes back, which is very cool. You see she's wearing, like, bright red shoes, and she's like, and Glinda goes, and then we lived happily ever after. And she's like, that's not what happened. We decided that we would give this a go, and we were living at her castle, and that was a mess, an insane situation. Glinda's like, it wasn't that bad. She's like, there were small munchkins everywhere. Everywhere! They would not leave the house. And so we went to my castle. She's like, and all of the monkeys. And she's like, and all of the monkeys didn't have a place to go, and they pooped everywhere. And Glinda's like, and it was disgusting. It was in our bed. And Gertie's like, all right, yes. So we came out into the forest, and we did this together. So it's a little, Glinda's like, so it's a little bit of me and a little bit of you. And Gertie looks at you and is like, is that enough information? Will you please tell me about the purple thing? Can I see it?
I have so many questions.
Okay.
So wait, so you guys went enemies to lovers? That's so cute.
Okay.
I love that so much. And so wait, did you both build this castle together? You mean like literally the architecture is like a little bit of your architecture, a little bit of her architecture? Is there like some dark and spooky hallways and then some like really bright and sparkly ones? Like what does that mean? Did you use magic to build it, or did you have your friends help you out? And where did all the monkeys come from? Did you guys already have them, all of them? Did they all come here together? Do they breed themselves? Like, or do they make more themselves, or do you make them magically?
Glinda's like, I will answer all your questions. She is going to implode if you don't let her look at the purple thing. But I will answer your questions. We did build it together. It was with magic. There are spooky and shiny hallways. Thank you. And Gertie always had the flying monkeys. She was like really alone, and she had like a regular monkey, and then there was something weird that happened, and then he had wings, and then she did it again, all over again. Can I see it? Can she look at it?
Yeah, as Guild is answering all these questions, Pinocchio's already walked over and is like holding it up, and he just whispers, "Blink twice if you're in distress."
I am always in distress. You are holding on to it. She does not go to take it from your hands. But you see she casts a spell over it. You see this like sort of green glowing magic from her hand. And she goes, ooh, okay. So that's really cursed. That's incredibly cursed, and you're touching it. So that's bad, and I wouldn't stop touching it. I wouldn't like put it down. Maybe
even with my gloves on, it's bad.
Yes. Seems like the effect's not going to happen until you move it, until it's like no longer with you. Really fascinating. I really wish that I could take it and do some experiments on it, but you would get really, really injured, I think.
Oh no, Pinocchio.
It's okay. It's not the first time I've been cursed.
But
Fascinating.
excuse me, is it because he is holding it now, or did the curse happen when he first picked it up? I'm confused because Pinocchio and Chad runs over and just taps the side of Pinocchio's arm and is like, he seems okay. He doesn't seem cursed. He's not doing the other things he's not frozen.
He's not frozen. And that's fascinating. Frozen. And you see Tink looks at her and goes, yeah, they all were frozen. Something, they were not blinking and not moving, and they just, it was really scary. Gertie looks at you and is like, did that happen to any of you?
No, it hasn't happened to us, but it did happen to Vlad.
In fact, it did happen to some of you when you expelled that magic from Tink.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you withholding that information because you forgot, or because you want to keep that information from her?
Oh, when we expelled it. Oh, I forgot.
Who exactly did that happen to again? Do you remember?
My notes, remember? My incredible
I
notes.
think it might have been Bob, but
It
now
was
that
Bob
you
and I
mention it.
think Brad.
I think it was Bob and Rad.
Gotcha. Yeah, I had forgotten, so I was not holding back.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. If you tell her that she looks like wide-eyed, unsure what's going on, and like she's got a million questions. She looks at Pinocchio first and is like, okay, do you want me to fix that for you, or do you want to hold on to it?
I mean, like, having one less curse would be cool, I guess. It'd be nice.
Do you have more curses on you?
I mean, kind of. It's like not gonna hurt me really bad. It just kind of like hurts me emotionally sometimes.
Miss Gertie, ma'am, it would be very good if we could get Pinocchio not cursed. He's been dealing with a lot lately, and I think that this extra curse might push him over the edge. Sorry, buddy Pinocchio, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just that I'm a little worried about him.
I think I agree. This kind of seems like it's a ticking time bomb, and we probably want to get that resolved if we have the option to.
Glinda looks over and is like, we can definitely help with that.
Thank you so much.
You see Gertie is like, all right, don't let it go. You hold on to that. Not gonna be great if you do. Wow. And so that was embedded in somebody's neck, and you said Peter Pan? Like the Peter Pan?
Like the Peter Pan, the one and only. We met him. I ate his toe cheese. It was really good.
Tink knows him, I think, too.
Tink nods and is like, that's my best friend. And you see Glinda and Gertie both look really sad and is like, okay.
It was also in a bunch of mermaids.
Oh, mermaids. So they've... Okay. All right.
You guys know who's doing this?
You see Glinda say, I don't know exactly who's doing this. I think we still need some information.
As you said earlier, they got a wasp. So I didn't know if you knew who the they was.
You see Glinda looks really uncomfortable, and you see Gertie goes, we don't know for sure who is doing this, and so we're not going to go around casting aspersions if we don't know who this is. And you see Glinda nods and is like, yeah. You see Gertie
Can I
says,
do an insight check?
Sure.
I'm curious about if there's like unspoken subtext going on.
I'm also cheesing up and trying to persuade them. I'm like, well, we're not talking about aspersions or accusations. We're really just talking about hypotheticals. We're interested in what the possibilities are, and if it's the possibility of this or the possibility of that. And it might just be useful information to know, even if they're not the ones responsible, somebody that might be powerful enough to be doing this, or that you think could be one of the people involved, or it's just all really good information for us. It's certainly not an aspersion. And I'd be
Putting
happy to
together.
roll persuasion if you want.
Sure, please.
Putting together a list of suspects. I am a detective, and in my other form, you will see I am a fighter of all crimes. I also rolled an 18.
With an 18, there's definitely stuff being left unsaid. But you see there's a sort of like fear between the two of them of bringing something up or bringing, like, calling out a group of people and it being wrong. That is like, you're not sure why, but you know that it's like they're like silently arguing with each other about bringing that up.
I wish that there was just literally even one more that I could add to this. I'm so close. I got a 19.
Cool. 19, they both look at you and they say, Glinda's like, I don't know. And Gertie's like, okay, let's deal with getting the curse off of Pinocchio first. I can do some magic once it's no longer tethered to you to try to find the source of this magic. And we can talk a little bit more about all of that. So Gertie's going to go up to you, Pinocchio, and ask you to hold out your hands with the gem in it. She's going to make a roll, and she's going to make that with advantage because her partner's going to help her out here. Great. You see that she holds her hands out. This like crazy bout of magic goes through, and she is able to dispel what that magic was that held onto you. You can feel, Pinocchio, this magic sort of like sever from you, and where your rune is on your ribs, it stings. Do you wince like that?
Yeah.
She looks at you and says, "What's that?"
It's a thing. So you asked us how we got here in the first place?
Yeah.
We fell from the sky. We weren't in a house. We didn't crush your sister or anybody else. But when we finally landed, we all have these marks on our bodies. And Vlad, when he had the thing in his neck, tried to take it from us. Left out that detail, sorry.
Oh yeah, and that's right, he kept saying it was his magic.
His magic. Purple gems. She holds out her hand and says, "May I take it?"
I'm ready to catch Pinocchio just in case.
Yeah, I'm good.
She takes it from you. Nothing happens. She looks at it and puts it on the table, and her eyes go bright green all the way across. And Glinda's like, "Okay, so she's gonna be like that for a few minutes. This magic that you say that you all have, would you be willing to show me what that looks like?"
I just turn around because it's on my little rat butt, and I wiggle my little rat tail. It's right there.
She lifts you up onto the table and says, I'm just going to look at it a little bit closer, if that's all right.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Ridiculous. She looks at it and goes, "Oh, this is old. This is older than us." She looks at you and says, "I need to go find a book. If you wouldn't mind waiting here." And she waves her hand, and more charcuterie pops up, but also like dessert boards and like a full roasted pig. Like there's so much stuff on this table.
Cheese?
Okay,
So
So
you want
much.
a cheese?
time out. So, like, literally the last person who said this to us came back and they had a thing in their neck. So, like, I'm getting kind of, like, literally, we walked into the room, they gave us a bunch of food, we chatted, it was super cool. And then they were like, I got some stuff to do, and they scurried off. And then when they came back, they had the thing in their neck. So, like, that happened with Peter, that happened with Vlad. I'm starting to get a little worried that if you go, you come back, you got the purple in your neck, and then we've got to deal with that.
Do you want us to go and protect you with my little rat claws and rat teeth?
You are welcome to come with me. I can assure you that this castle has so many protective wards on it that if something were in here, I would either know about it or it would be dead already. But you're welcome to come with me if that makes you more comfortable.
Oh, that's interesting. Does that mean that somebody had to put the gem in the other folks' necks? That they didn't, like, Peter, the gem didn't, like, just go, wah, wah, and attack it and attach itself? Like, somebody had to do it?
Well, I don't know.
Well, if that's what I'm worried about, I think. I don't want the gem to, like, wake up and attack you and then all of a sudden it's attached to your neck, you know?
Yeah, what if it's been planted in here somewhere? I mean,
Yeah,
we're
what if
just...
this is them trying to get the magic inside your ward?
She looks at you and goes, "That is a very good question. Perhaps if I could leave, maybe two of you could come with me and two of you could stay behind with Gertie." You see Gertie still holding, like, the gem is in front of her, and she's doing some sort of, like, divination or abjurative magic on it.
Trad's just staring at all the cheese and is like, I could totally go. I have absolutely no problem accompanying you to the place with the books. There's no reason why I will just say, sure.
I think I look over at Pinocchio and I'm like, hey, Pinocchio, you want to take a walk?
Sure, I wanted to chill with Dirty, but, like, it seems like somebody's got it handled already, so I'll go back to my school days and read some books.
As everybody can see here, our big red wolf is off someplace, and so I will be messing about as a little NPC for a moment. But Big Rad will stay back with Trad, and Pinocchio and Bob can go and follow Glinda. Glinda walks off through the house. It is enormous. And you pass through, like, a cobweb-covered hallway with, like, big portraits. And then into, like, a shiny a ballroom with, like, pink essence everywhere. And she leads you into a library, which looks like a true mix of both of them. Like, glass shelves with gold gilding, but also like dark green paint all over the walls, like big heavy tables. And she leads you inside and goes, all right, and flies. Like, this little pink bubble pops out under her and lifts her up into the air and all the way towards this crazy bookshelf, and she takes out a huge book and flies back down and says, would you mind terribly showing me your marks?
Sure, that's cool. I'm just gonna lift up my shirt. That's cool.
She makes a quick sketch of everybody's and takes the book and says, let's let's all go back together. Let's not be separate for too long. And heads down the hall. Ratman and Big Rad are with Gertie. Gertie is in a full zone. Trad, are you paying attention, or are you just housing cheese?
Okay, so Trad has just gone in a straight like eating a corn on the cob, but like table length of cheese. It's just going row by row, and but it's also like eating some, storing some, eating some, storing some. Like this completely replenishes his supply. So that to say, not a lot of attention to the outer events is being paid. However, like every once in a while, Chad is like standing up, looking at Gertie, and then going back to the cheese.
Incredible. You can for sure do that. Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
You got it. It'd be my utmost pleasure. Okay. You know, so Chad's doing what he can, but that's going to be a 9. His focus is really on this cheese.
Great.
What did you roll?
On the dice,
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Cheese, baby. I mean, there's just every variety. Have you ever seen, Chad is just tying around. Have you ever seen Gouda like this? This is the freshest, most up to date. I mean, they must have really changed their recipe, or maybe this is Swiss Gouda. Have you heard of such a thing?
Just to catch you up real quick there, Big Red. You, welcome back,
Thanks.
Boo.
I'm so sorry.
What? Stop it. You're fine.
I just had a terrible adventure. I'll fill you in later.
Oh no, a terrible adventure. Well, here's sort
Tell
of
me a fun
terrible.
adventure.
Yeah, this is a fun / terrible adventure. You are hanging back with Gertie, who is in a crazy trance as she looks and like divines magic from this curse that she just broke off of Pinocchio. Trad is eating so much cheese, and Gertie is like lost. Glinda comes back with Pinocchio and Bob, and you all convene back at the table. I'm going to make a check for Gertie.
Thank you for the recap. I appreciate it.
Would Rad have gotten any insight since he was there too?
You did not roll very high, my friend, with that.
No, Big Rad Wolf.
Big Rad.
Oh, Big Red. Yeah, Big Red can definitely make a check. Go ahead and make your insight check.
No, I understand what my priorities were.
16. Looks like she's struggling right now. And I think as everybody heads back together, she's starting to, like, green magic is crackling out of her hands and, like, bouncing off of the gem in front of her. She doesn't seem to be aware of anything around her right now. And Glinda comes in, drops the book, runs over, and is like, that's enough. That is enough. You have to, and nothing is pulling her back right now. She is like,
she touching her?
Glinda is touching her, yeah.
Great. I think I'm going to run up next to her, too, and hit her with a toucher on the shoulder and be like, this kind of helped Tink when she was dealing with some of the magic stuff, so I don't know if it'll help, but it can't hurt, and I'm just going to cast to Spare the Dying.
You cast Spare the Dying. She did not roll well on her Constitution saving throw.
No.
You watch this crackling energy ricochet off of the gem and back into her, and her eyes lose that green, and she starts screaming as this, like, the purple energy starts growing on top of her green crackling energy and starts to grow over her, like, fingertips turn purple, and her eyes go purple, and Glinda's like, what's happening? Glinda is blasted 50 feet across the room, which is shrunken a whole bunch, so she slams into the wall across. You see the Wicked Witch of the West stand up, crackling purple energies in her eyes. She holds onto the gem, and everyone's gonna roll initiative.
Was I blasted as well? Because I was doing a touch range spell. Did I get out of there before it exploded?
You can make a dexterity save.
Okay. Dex save is first. Dex save is gonna be a 14.
Cool. You jump out of the way in time to not get blasted across. It was, she was really just trying to get Glinda out of there. And I'm going to pause there for today, my friends. And I will have everyone roll initiative off camera so that nobody has to listen to us do a whole bunch of goofy math.
I
Yeah.
knew it was a bad idea. And I did it anyway. I hate it. I hate this.
So sorry. Tune
It's
in.
not your fault, Pinocchio. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. It's mine. All right, everybody.
No.
I'm the bad guys.
It's you. It's you.
It's always me. Tune in next week to watch me mess with my players and also various couples in the fairy tale universe. Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you had a great time, and we'll see you next week. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Okay. We are off.
Woo!